Welcome to Fandom Family Chats. I'm Jeanette, and I am joined by Eve.
Hi.
And Amanda.
Hello.
And tonight we are going to be discussing episodes 2 of Station 19 and Grey's Anatomy. So,
Woohoo.
I feel like they still weren't really eventful episodes, but I enjoyed them.
I have exactly one note for Grey's Anatomy, and it's Perez with an exclamation mark.
Oh, I know. You guys know I every podcast I'm like, I want more Perez. I want more Perez. And finally got a
Krista
little bit
heard
more.
us.
Yeah.
She gave us more Perez. She just needs to not kill anybody.
I know.
Kill Perez, and I swear I will riot.
Oh, I might actually quit the show if they kill Perez.
I know, right? I think I was over anybody dying. I think we've had enough. Like, let's just not.
Let's just finish the season off with no deaths.
Yeah, that'd be so good.
Grey's Anatomy.
Vain deaths. I mean,
right?
We can't avoid all death on Grey's. Eve, did you watch Station 19?
I did, yeah.
Right. So you guys at least to be able to talk Station 19 a little bit.
Yeah.
You didn't really miss anything with the opening, relations.
Okay, good.
At one point, Andy was texting Jack because, Maya and Karina were, having so
they were spending time together. I see.
Yeah, so she texted Jack to see if she could come over there. And he said, no, Marcia snores.
Oh.
See if you can crash at Miller's. And I was like, I'd rather crash with someone who snores than, my roommate who's, having relations all hours of the night.
Yeah. And I don't know if you want to go to Miller's house. He's got a baby. It's probably up all the time. Like, that doesn't sound much better, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd be like, I pick the snorer. I'll go there.
Right. Jack, do you think he just didn't want her there, though? I mean, I feel like that's just asking for trouble. Like, I don't know.
Well, we're saving Jack for Joe, so
I'm putting that out into the universe. I want that to happen so bad. So bad.
That'd be cute.
See, and I didn't think about them together until you mentioned it, and now I'm obsessed with it. I'm like, we get them together.
Let's make it happen. Definitely. We need another baby to be dropped off at the fire station so that he can take the baby to her now that she's in.
Or he goes to rescue some
a pregnant woman
lady and brings her to Grey Sloan, and then they meet and the stars align, and then they can live happily ever after. Just
that's
like
what needs to happen.
Always does.
Or the people from Station 19 could be hanging out with Karina and Joe work closely together now.
True. There we go.
So there's
lots of ways to make this happen.
Yep.
Right.
Definitely. I agree.
So speaking of Andy, though, I don't know. What did you think about her filing the divorce papers? And I mean, I don't like Robert, but I did feel bad that he had those delivered like while he was working, like in front of everybody. I mean, I don't know. That was rough.
That was really poor timing. And I'm not sure I don't know at all how divorce proceedings work.
Yeah.
But did she really have any say over when those papers would have been served? Because he seemed really pissed at her that they were delivered at the station. I'm like, I don't think that's her fault. I think they deliver it whenever they get around to it.
Yeah, because she even said, like, what's his name that's dating Vic? He asked her something about it, and
Ruiz,
yes. And she said she didn't know if he'd gotten them yet, so she doesn't have any control over that.
No,
I did feel bad, though. That was kind of crappy timing.
Crappy timing, but it wasn't her fault.
No, definitely not her fault. Yeah. And then we got to see Dean in action with his new program. Crisis One, is that what it's called? I think so.
Mm-hmm. I like that program.
That was pretty cool. I mean, I liked it. What was Emmett? I missed that part. Like, what exactly his role there was?
Who? Miller's role?
No, Emmett.
Oh, Emmett?
Yeah.
Is it like his baby, that project? Is that like
Maybe.
his thing? Or is it Miller's thing?
Well, I was thinking it was Miller's thing, but then he was there with like the checklist of like how things were all supposed to happen and all of that. Yeah.
I don't know, because I was really confused at first because I was like, what the heck is Emmett doing there? Because I knew that he left, firefighting. And then I said, oh, well, I guess he's doing their, like, the new Crisis One. It's like, oh, I guess he's doing that new program. So then I was like, wait a minute, who's in charge of this? Is this like Emmett's thing or is it Miller's thing? Because Miller is the one who seems to have been promoting it all along. So.
Yeah. Maybe Emmett's just more like the administrative guy here, like trying to help him work out all the kinks or whatever. I don't know.
I loved hearing him spout off everything he learned at training.
Yes.
Like he was flipping through a checklist. It's what he keeps saying was validate.
Yeah.
Validate their concerns. I was like, well, that can only take you guys so far.
I know. Nick was really good at it though, I think. Like, I mean, I really enjoyed like her talking to him. So that's a cool program. I mean, I loved how Ben was trying his best to figure out a way that they could bring his program back and work it in with it. I thought was a good idea. Like, can we make that happen? I like that.
Yeah. Someday.
I don't feel like I see enough Ben on.
I know. I agree.
19.
I agree.
I miss him.
Which is funny because he's the whole purpose of the crossover, or he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we haven't been seeing Bailey on Station 19 either. We used to see her on Station 19 like all the time.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that's because of, COVID stuff. They're trying not to have as many people.
Oh, that's probably true.
On set.
Well, that's gonna hinder my whole Joe and Jack situation then. We can't.
Well, Krista, we know that you listen, so just that can be an exception.
Yeah.
Jack and Joe can be together, but everyone else needs to stay in their little bubble.
Yes.
Maybe, also last season it was like actually COVID, so they wouldn't be all like hanging out with each other. Maybe this season we'll see it more.
Yeah.
Since in Gray's world, COVID is past.
It's over. Yeah, that's true.
Because like Bailey said, her and Hayes were gonna have a dinner. So that means they're kind of getting out more.
Okay.
Maybe it'll come.
Well, cool. Then we're good then, right?
Yeah.
I just love Jack. I just really want to see. I don't know.
I like him too.
Yeah.
I loved him with Marcus, so I'm kind of bummed that Inara and Marcus. But I'm not bummed that things didn't work out between the two of them because they did not have good chemistry. But I loved him. I did love him with her son. I thought that was a really cute relationship.
Which means he might be a good stepdad to Luna. Just saying.
Yeah?
Just saying. I think it would work out.
All
I know is Jack can swim naked in my pool anytime. I love it.
Yep.
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, love him.
Well, aside from the Crisis One program, I don't think anything else really happened on Station 19.
The only other thing that
Andy at the very end with.
Okay, I missed that. I fast forwarded through that too because I was afraid where that was going, and Elena was watching with me. So tell me what that conversation was. I was getting weird vibes from it.
Going to be honest, I had no idea what was happening, and I was barely paying attention. But I don't know, it's like the two of them were talking, and we kept getting this weird camera angle where we could see her reflected in the sunglasses. I don't know. It was a weird scene. I didn't really get what was happening. And then maybe a couple minutes later, I keep wanting to call him Miller, Robert. A couple minutes later, Robert walks out looking for her and she's already gone. And then he walks away. And then that was the end of the episode. So I was like, that was a really weird ending.
I kept getting the vibe like those two were gonna hook up, and I was thinking, Andy, like that's disgusting. Please don't do that. Well, it's the new captain, Amanda. Like, I mean, you remember him? Like, ew, like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna be into that.
Well, I mean, we saw them they were talking outside the bar for a while, And then Robert came out and they weren't there anymore. So who knows? Maybe they did go and have relations, somewhere.
That's what I was afraid they were going to do. And I was like, I don't like this. And, my kid's sitting here, so I got to fast forward. But I was like, ooh, I don't want that to happen, like, at all. Like, why?
He's that jerk who called Maya pretty, right? Or is that the okay?
No, he's the same guy. And I mean, like, I'm not saying like that the guy himself is like gross. I mean, like, I think he's probably a fine, attractive man. I mean, but his character is gross, and I don't want to see that happen.
He's just a very disgusting character.
Yeah.
In general. So
it was weird. I didn't like it.
I don't know. Andy needs to be with Ruiz.
Agree with that. I actually agree with that. They have a really good chemistry. And then that would free up Vic for Dean to finally tell her how he feels. Because I'm into that. I want that to happen so bad.
I think the two of them are going to end up together, if not the mid-season finale, the season finale.
I think he'll tell her, and then of course she'll have to be weird about it for a little bit before she realizes that she feels the same way. That's what I think.
So no move on the Dean and Vic?
No move at all.
Nope. They worked together in Crisis 1, but I mean, that was it.
Yeah, that was it. Now, one other thing did happen is we had Karina and Maya talking about having a baby because Karina wants a baby. Ooh. And so Maya was asking, she was asking Ben, like, how he decided he was ready. And it was funny because he was like, I didn't. He's like, I fell in love with a woman who had a kid. And then she said, what about, what's his foster son's name?
I keep forgetting. See, he even, like, she even mentioned his name, and I was like, wait a minute, who is that, for a split second? So
she mentioned him, and then of course, he was like, well, I fell in love with a woman who has a kind heart. And basically he's saying, like, I didn't want him either, but I'm happy that I have him. Like, well, it's just my
wonderful wife who has a big heart brought him home without telling me. So it's like, Ben, I'm not sure if you realize why she's asking, but you're really not being very helpful at all.
No.
Is it Joey?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
But that ended, of course, not well, because I think Maya says she doesn't want any. And of course, Karina's not real happy about that. So I don't know how that'll happen, how that'll work.
Well, it seems like there's a lot going on this season so far, as women, like female firefighters and their rights and all that kind of stuff. So I think we're going to keep seeing a lot more of that this season, because that definitely came up this episode when she was talking to Karina about why she doesn't want to have kids and like what that means as a female firefighter.
Yeah. I think she'll come around. I think it'll work out, but
Well,
would Karina carry the baby?
I don't think they talked about that, but
Karina mentioned that. She said, well, you're forgetting that, there are two of us who, can carry a baby. But then I think Maya kind of went back to, she doesn't want to be a parent. She doesn't want to be a parent, and be a fire. Like, she's afraid that she won't be able to do both because of how everyone at the station will look at her.
This wasn't a discussion before marriage?
Well, I think it was, but because I remember it was funny because Karina didn't want to get married, but she wanted to have a baby. And Maya wanted to get married, but didn't want to have a baby. No, other way around. So it was weird. I don't know.
This is what I don't understand, like with TV couples, when they're talking about like, I don't want a baby. Well, I do. I don't think this is going to work. It's like, isn't that something you should talk about, like, before getting married? Like, finances, skeletons in the closet. Do you want babies? Like,
it should come up some point.
Yeah. No, I mean, you could. I mean, I think she'll change her mind, because my husband did. I mean, he wasn't really big into the idea of kids.
Ben and I, neither of us were.
After 5 years, I wore him down, and now he's happy, but it took me another 5 years to get him to agree to the second one,
But you got her.
I did. I guess just 3 years, 5 years till she got here. But
all
and
right,
then he said I'm
so
done.
Grays.
Mhm.
I think is that all for 19?
I think that's it. That's all that really happened.
Right,
Yeah,
we
I
can
can't think
bounce
of
back and
anything
forth
else.
anyways. Doesn't really matter. So Grays.
Mhm.
Who called it last week about Amelia jumping in?
That was me.
That
That
was
was
you?
me. Mhm.
Yeah, I know somebody said it. I can't remember who it
It was
was.
just logical because I mean you were going to have some sort of neurosurgeon with it
Yeah.
being, you know, a neurological disease.
Yeah. But
Yes.
I was surprised like how willing Amelia was.
Yeah, I was just about to say that because it
She was
was
a
just
little
funny how
too
she
willing.
was so into like as soon as she got there, she was so into everything. Like it was
Mhm.
like she was in Disneyland for, you know, neurosurgeons or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, this is bad. She's going to tell Meredith to, you know, leave Seattle.
Well,
I
she
think that-
did.
Yeah, I mean I think it was I mean I don't think it surprised me too much because she doesn't seem like the type that's like tied to something. I mean, she just saw a really good opportunity of something to further her career and she was like, let's do it, you know?
Yeah, but she's not thinking about Link or
She's not though. I mean, like,
Al.
I think that's the problem. Well, I think she'll, you know, he'll just come along and, you know, I mean, I don't know.
Like she just, I don't know. That part did bug me. So I'm like, but I think anything related to Amelia and Link right now is just bothering me.
Yeah.
Because I don't even necessarily want them married. I don't really care if they get married, but I'm tired of the back and the forth and the fighting between them because they were so good together.
I think I'm over them because I just think, I don't know how you come back from this. I think I'm over it now.
I don't know. It's hard to want them together at this point.
I think he deserves, and I don't mean this as like a dig at her, but I think he deserves better. He deserves better in the sense that he deserves somebody who wants what he wants.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. And I did get some another thing one of us called was Megan and Hayes.
Yeah. I don't remember.
I saw a little bit of a.
I don't remember if I said that, but when I saw it on screen this week, I was like, ooh. Because at first I was afraid they were going to bring her in for somebody for Link. Is what I was afraid of last week, but I would much rather it be.
I like her and Hayes.
Yeah.
And she has like a boy like around his kids,
Mm-hmm.
same age. But I don't think it'll happen for a little bit just because, I mean, obviously whatever happened between Hayes and Meredith.
Yeah.
Something was going on there.
I mean, maybe I'm weird. I really want some like hot, like on-call room hookup, and I want it to be them. I mean, might as well. Let's just do it. Like we don't have that anymore at all.
And I hate it. That's why I said elevator scenes. I miss elevator scenes. I so miss on-call rooms and dancing drunk. Like we don't get any of that stuff anymore.
I said what I said, like I want it.
Yeah, I've been watching season 3 in my rewatch. So now good. Yeah, and I'm like,
it's part of
it. That's what Grey's Anatomy used to be like. Like, why can't we have any of this anymore?
Like, come on, this is gonna be the last season. Just give it to us. Come on.
I mean, we love it. That's part of the fun. I don't know.
I mean, we've said it over and over again. Kristen knows what our wish list items are, so she just has to make it happen.
Thank you for catching that.
Funny. So yeah,
I mean, I have something else. Not to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Megan's hair. Is that real? Because why does she look like she's always wearing a wig?
I don't know, but I've thought the same thing.
Like it's fine if she's wearing a wig, but it just maybe I should just go look it up because
maybe it's not. I don't know. Are they trying to make her have like red hair because of Owen or?
No, I thought she had real.
I don't know, but I always think it looks weird too.
Either like the part of it just looks like a bad wig. I can't. I don't think it's. I think it is a wig because in every picture I see of her, her hair is like really dark.
So it's probably. See, I think they're probably just trying to make a redhead because
which is stupid to me. Just because one sibling's a redhead doesn't mean they all have to be redheads.
Right? Or just pretend she dyed her hair. Then I mean, it's dark now. Okay, we're good.
I wouldn't have thought two things about it if her hair.
No,
was
I mean, I got a blonde and a brunette. You know, so
yeah. I said why.
Speaking of Owen, though,
yeah,
did you all love like with Leo? I loved they were letting him wear his Elsa dress and like thinking nothing of it. I don't know. I thought that was really cool.
Teddy was getting so defensive.
Yeah. Oh, she was. She was like, I'm sorry, do you have a problem? He said, no, I've been looking for an Elsa dress.
Well, so Leo cute. Also has like this long curly hair. So to me, like, one, it's okay for boys to wear dresses. I don't give a crap.
No.
My boys wanted to wear a dress, I would let them. But
and
two,
especially when they're little. I mean, like,
yeah,
it's okay anytime. But I mean, especially when they're little like that, because it means nothing. Like, you're just a little kid who likes a princess. That's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't care. But I think Leo kind of looked like a little girl.
Just honestly, with the big curly, with like the curly locks and the dress, I will admit that at first I was like, wow, they really aged Allison. And then I saw her, they went back to the stroller. I was like, oh, wait, that's Leo. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I did too. At first I was like, oh, I was like, wow, Allison's getting already big.
Yeah.
No, that's just Leo. I don't feel like I feel like their kids are not aging as fast as
you know what
they should be.
Guys, I think that Leo is played by twin girls. I was just looking this up. The ones that he's played by Avalon and Colette Gray.
I knew a couple of the sets of twins actually were played by girls that were.
At least maybe that was before. Hold on, maybe that was the old one. Now he's played by Kellen. Okay, no, now it's a boy. I was really confused for a minute. But previously he was, so never mind, scratch that.
Maybe when he was a baby he was, because I mean
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter.
You can't tell the difference. Yeah.
Baby's a baby.
Exactly.
You can put a bow on it and it's a girl.
Just make sure it's not a robo baby.
I will say that we did notice that Allison has grown up, but later on when we see Scout and Link is rocking him, I'm like, I don't think he's aged 10 months.
Hasn't it been? It's been 10 months, right?
No, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so
he looked bigger in the doctor's office, and then, like, when he was like holding him like this, he looked like this tiny, and he's like all carefully putting him down. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I wondered if maybe they didn't have, like, they didn't want to go, like, to bother with, getting a baby to play Scout. So maybe they're trying to hide the fact that there's actually nothing in that little bundle of blankets.
Probably.
But because I mean, it really didn't go over well, because I thought that too. I was like, shouldn't he be like a lot bigger? Like, he should be able to prop that kid up on his hip.
He should be over a year old, right? I mean, like, how much over? Because he was born pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Maybe like a year or a little over a year, maybe.
Yeah, he should be way bigger than that tiny blue blanket was covering.
And Luna should probably be bigger too.
I didn't think she looked 10 months old either.
But also she was a preemie.
That's true.
I don't think Luna's not the same age as Scout, is she?
No, but if we've aged 10 months, she should be at least 10 months old.
But that is a good point that she was a preemie. It would make sense that she was still a little smaller.
That's true. Yeah, that part makes sense.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I don't know. I think the kids
are aging these kids, Grace.
All we're asking is for things to look realistic on a TV show. That's not too much to ask.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm asking too much. My hair tonight, guys.
Not too much. Even dealing with a pandemic and small children on set. I mean, come on. Not that much to ask for.
No, thank you. So what do you guys think about Meredith's kind of haggle with a new doctor?
I loved it.
Dr. Sandy.
I think that's the best way. I mean, I think it's
I
the best
like
way
that
to
we
handle
already
it.
got an answer.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna, this isn't gonna be like played out where there's gonna be like fighting back and forth between.
Yeah.
I thought that's what it was. Like, I thought we would spend the whole season with Meredith debating on if she was going to do this or not.
I did too. So I'm glad that we worked it out now and we can move on.
Yeah. I'm glad that's not going to be a season long battle. I want it, but I think that's awesome.
I do too.
I liked it.
I would have hated to end, if this was the last season, I would have hated for Meredith to have spent the whole season not at Grey Sloan.
Yeah, I want to see her and Amelia like just absolutely rock out this research and like do something great.
And she can't do that to poor Bailey. I mean, Bailey's already dodging. Remember when she was dodging that attending who wanted to retire? Yeah. Was it Dr. Wong? I was like, first of all, who's Dr. Wong?
Right.
Oh, okay. By the way, is he the same doctor from oh no, Night Shift? Was he the doctor from Night Shift?
Oh, I didn't finish that show, but maybe he might be, actually.
Because I know as soon as he spoke, I was like, oh man, he was an old doctor. And I was like, wait, no, I don't think he was a Grey's doctor. He was a doctor on something.
I bet he was, because he looked familiar to me, but I didn't finish that show, so it wasn't like real familiar. It was just like, I don't know. It's a good question.
I think he was, though, which I was very excited about. I need to finish that show, actually. All right. Talking about Meredith, though, and the research and everything. I mean, good news, but what do we think about her and Nick more this episode?
I mean, I like it.
Me too.
She seems, I mean, it's so cute and flirty. It's like something we haven't gotten to see from Meredith in a while, and I like it.
I did love when she was just in her tank top and underwear and that robe walking across the hotel room. I was like, oh wow, that's like early Grey's Meredith.
Yeah.
Where she just walk around freely all the time.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm glad it's all coming back.
I didn't something to be excited about, but
no, but I like him, and I think, I don't know. Do we know? So does he live like, I know he travels a lot, but does he live where she is right now? Is that why?
Tell. I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Just by their conversation out by that lake. And
which that was so cute.
It's so funny. She walked down that hallway looking like a goddess. He's like, change.
You're gonna have to change. That was cute. I was
like, oh no.
That was fun though. Like such a laid back, fun date. I liked it.
And that's her. I know she's in real life. This is how she dresses a lot.
Yeah.
But I think she also has that real laid back, homey feel.
Yeah.
And
clearly, like, we see that he does too. So maybe he can, I mean, I know no one's ever going to replace Derek with her, but maybe he can come close, like.
Yeah. She needs somebody. She needs something new. I mean, I know she's had guys, and I felt like she needed to be alone for a while, which she has been.
Yeah.
And I think she needed that. But I don't know. I like Nick.
I like him too. I'm excited.
I'm interested to see how it plays out. Eve, what do you think about Nick?
Well, I still don't remember Nick from previously. So to me, he's still a brand new guy. So I don't really have any opinions either way. But I'm glad she's with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Eve gets to those episodes in her rewatch, she's going to be like, oh, that's Nick.
You're going to spot Nick
like
in season 14.
Yeah, in a couple years, once I finally get to the season he's in. Like, oh, I remember him. And you guys are going to be like, what are you talking about? We're so...
Eve, I did the whole show in a little over a year. I have faith that you can do this as well.
You can do it. It's easy.
We're not adding
I
any
watch
more groups,
anything else.
so you don't have to watch anything else.
That's what you said like 3 groups ago.
I mean it this time. I feel like 15 is a good solid number.
You said that too. When we were at 12, you said that's a good solid number. We're done.
Well, you know.
So it was 13, 14. Okay.
As will 16, 17, 18, you know.
We're really kind of almost, sadly, we're gonna stretch this out.
We could talk about the surgical Olympics, which I thought was so fun.
I was in love with that. It was like, that was another piece of Bold Grays that was back, because we've kind of gotten away from seeing the residents and the interns actually like in the learning process, because usually it's just, you know, we're in, you know, the OR and all of a sudden they introduce us to a new resident. We're like, oh, okay, we have new residents now. So it was kind of fun to see them actually doing, you know, more resident like stuff.
Back to the skills lab, which I love.
And Perez was there, so I mean, it made me happy.
Does anybody else forget that Levi and Helm are way down there with them?
I really thought they should be further up by now, but I guess not.
I don't know. I'm like, man, I feel like they've been on the show for a long time. How many years are they residents? I thought just one.
No, that's interns. And
intern 1, resident.
5 years.
I think it's resident. 5 because, I think Richard said during your 7 years in your training. So I think they're an intern for 2 and then resident for 5.
I was thinking intern was just 1.
I thought
intern. No, it's interns 1, 5 years of residency, and then if you decide to do a fellowship, you have to do a year fellowship. But some, like general surgery, you just move straight into like being an attending. But like other ones, like ortho and stuff like that, you have to do a year fellowship. I think I talk about this like I know what I'm talking about.
You watch Grey's Anatomy.
You've seen Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, you've seen Grey's Anatomy and The Resident, so obviously you're an expert.
And I've seen ER, so there's that. So yeah.
I've seen House.
Yeah.
I've seen The Good Doctor. 911.
We're basically medical professionals ourselves.
Say if you were like bleeding out on the floor, I might actually be able to save your life.
I could come up with some correct terminology to use. I'm not sure I could actually perform the life-saving procedure.
I could throw around some medical terms that may or may not have anything to do with what's happening.
Clear their way, right? I mean, we can make this happen.
Oh no. We are not medical professionals, everybody, please.
No. I'm just an accountant. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Every time you say I'm an accountant, I get
that song like that's true.
TikTok accountant or a regular accountant?
I'm a real accountant. Funny, right?
Oh no. No, I love Olympics. But yeah, the Olympics. I absolutely love seeing it come back.
Schmidt was just absolutely killing it. I loved it.
He was. And the only thing I was a little bit upset about is that stupid new plastics doctor wasn't there to see him kick butt.
Right? He did so good. I do love Helm too, though. So I found myself like really torn on who I was rooting for. I was like, can they tie? Like, I wanted them both to get something.
No, I was rooting for Levi the whole time.
Oh,
I mean, Helm got to be in the surgery with him.
Yeah.
Assisting, but she was there.
That surgery was awesome when Bailey just went ahead and turned on the intercom and she said, that's enough. I'm turning on the intercom. You people help him.
Yeah. And I think they had done that in Grey's earlier. You remember with like the magic team. I remember one of them doing the surgery. Maybe it was George.
Maybe
she was doing the surgery.
I remember what you're talking about. I don't remember the details though.
I don't either.
I thought it was George who was doing the surgery and everybody was like going through the speaker and like talking him through what to do and encouraging him. And it was such a nice scene.
Yeah.
And I loved that they kind of went back to that to really Levi, because Levi sometimes reminds me of George. And
I like him way better than George, but yes, maybe a little bit.
I like Levi better. I don't know.
I'm not a George fan though, so.
I always been back and forth on George. I
mean, he was okay, but he got on my nerves. Sorry, all the George fans. I'm gonna get.
Let's just say I was sad when he died.
I'm sad when he died. Yeah.
I was sad.
Yeah. He was kind of him and my Alex. They butted heads, so I had to be Team Alex. That is what it is.
Alex is always just a jerk,
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
And poor George was, I cannot say George. Oh my goodness. George.
Like Maureen with what was it, Tanya? You can't say George.
I can't say George. George. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Brendan Fraser over here.
I know. His face is right here in my head. All right.
But what I thought was funny about, like the surgical Olympics, like what I liked it wasn't like normal stuff. Like I loved like the video game that obviously I guess Hayes brought in. Maybe it's from his kids because it looked like he was monitoring that one. I'm like thinking it's probably a game of his kids where they're having to like play that. Like it was like not, just like doing surgeries, and like it was like they made it really fun, I think. So
yeah. And like when Bailey walked in and they were, playing the game, and you can like see them all, cheering each other on and like in a circle, and it looks so much fun.
Yeah.
And you can just see how much Bailey loved seeing that they were all, excited to learn and, hyping each other up and working as a team. And, that had, it was nice, at least for the audience to see. And I'm in a Chief's shoes. I could only imagine how awesome that is to see after
the COVID. Year that you've had before that. Definitely.
Yeah. I'm glad we kind of gotten back.
I liked it a lot.
Yes, I am very glad that Levi kicked butt and won and proved that new stupid doctor wrong.
Yep.
And I honestly am I was thinking about this like in the middle of the episode the other day. I'm kind of shocked that Grace Sloan is having such a shortage of doctors. And I know it's a common problem in a lot of hospitals right now. And I know they're just trying to show that.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the Grey's Anatomy world, Grace Sloan is like one of those top hospitals that everybody wants to work at.
Yeah.
And I would figure that they wouldn't be hurting this bad. But I do feel like they're hurting because we've lost so many doctors.
So many.
And also right now, like they're having Maggie away for a while. So I guess the actress is on maternity leave.
Probably, yeah.
So, but it seems like, obviously the character isn't, but it seems like Maggie's going to be visiting. Where did they say she was visiting
her dad?
Her daddy had some kind of surgery or something.
Yeah.
So it seems like Maggie's going to be,
MIA for a while.
Yeah.
So that stinks, but real life, it's okay. I'm happy for her.
So what about Winston then? I really loved him this episode.
Oh yes, I'm really loving him now that he's getting his own storylines, and we can kind of see who he is without him being attached to Maggie, because I feel like that's all we got of him previously was he's just attached to Maggie at the hip all the time, and now we get to see him by himself. So
we get to see the
that storyline. Like, I really had no idea. I had heard that I had no idea that something like that, like an actual formula used for these things.
That was insane.
Yeah. And like I'm really glad they brought attention to that, because that's something that should be fixed. That's ridiculous.
I totally bought it because it wasn't really surprising to me, because I kind of like, it's kind of been said that, various systems, including like the medical field, works against, the Black community.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice that they're bringing light to that and really making people understand.
Yeah. because I had heard that too, but I guess it never occurred to me that like the formula you would use to like get someone on transplant list would work, that you would use a different formula basically for someone of color than someone else. My mind was blown.
Yeah, it is kind of strange that in this day and age they're still going with the same old formula, and it's like
that needs to change.
It's like you need two different formulas. Like if this is how, like if white people and black people are going to be that different, then they need different formulas.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because that's something that, I had no idea. I've never even thought about that before. And I'm sure millions of people have never thought about that before. And so, bravo, Grace, for bringing attention.
And I like that they kind of mentioned Jackson too. Like they were talking about, bringing it up to like Jackson and the foundation.
Yeah.
So
and Jackson,
he can still be a part of Grey's.
I would love to see him just make an appearance here and there,
I don't think I wouldn't think it was out of the question, but maybe.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice though that the sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say the actor left on decent terms. So if they really wanted him back for, an episode here or there, then I'm sure it wouldn't be too difficult to get him back, unless he's busy with some other project. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he is doing something, but I don't know what it is.
I think, didn't Shelby send us a picture of, or somebody sent us a picture of Jackson with like a full beard or something?
Yeah, he's doing something right now. I typed in Jesse and all I could think was Clemens.
I'm Jesse.
I was like, oh my gosh, who am I looking up right now? I totally blanked. Ooh, Caddy was in Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's doing a lot. He's doing 1, 2, 3. He's filming 2 right now, and he has 3 in pre-production.
Oh wow.
So he is busy.
He's a busy man.
Good job.
So it's one of those pre-productions, my spinoff in Boston with April, because I need it to be.
Sadly, no.
Bummer.
Sadly, no. But did you guys notice that the nurse, one of the residents, you remember there was the mom and daughter team? Did you guys notice the mom went with Jackson?
I think they may have mentioned that at the end of last season. I vaguely remember that.
They mentioned it this season.
Okay.
She said it when they were in the residence lounge.
Well, that's cool.
Okay. Because remember, she confronted him about during one of the COVID episodes.
Yeah, like she was the one who kind of started this whole ball rolling with, Jackson really starting to stand up. So
yeah,
I thought that was awesome that she was out there working with him.
Yeah, was it Mama Ortiz, Little Ortiz? Is that what?
I think so.
I think so. I think that was right. I could never remember their names, but I liked both of them.
Yeah.
I liked them a lot more than I liked the mom. I remember.
Were they actually mother-daughter? Because I really bought them as a mother-daughter pair.
Oh, I don't know.
If they're not, then that's really good casting.
I don't think they were.
Yeah.
But where was my mind going? I was gonna say something. Wow. What else?
It's really all that happened. So I don't know.
I know. I'm just trying to make sure we didn't forget anything. We might be done.
I feel like Station 19 and Grey's are both like working on really, really slow, like glacially slow buildups. And like something amazing better happen. Like,
well, next week Addison's back. I think next week will be good.
Yeah. Did you guys see the promo?
I didn't.
I haven't yet. No.
Do we know why she's back yet?
Gosh, it looks like she's back to help train the residents. And so it shows her first line as she walks in on her return. She says, so you must be the interns who are screwing up the program.
Oh, I love that.
And that's her opening line. I was like, yes. She's
I love that.
I knew, because that first line of hers from the season 1 finale was just so classic. It's like one of the classic Grey's lines. I was like, they have got to work that in again somehow. But it looks like that's how she comes on the show.
I think this is going to be her first appearance back since Derek died, right?
Yeah, I think they even
had when Derek saved her.
Oh yeah, so, and that was the only time she'd been on. I think that was the first and only time she'd been on Grey's since Private Practice started. Okay. So yeah, I don't think she's been back since. But
that's cool.
That'll be fun. I can't wait for next week's.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. I might actually watch that one on the night like I usually do.
Yeah.
Except last week I was too into Good Girls. And I literally could not turn it off to turn on Grey's, which I don't think has ever happened before.
No, next Thursday, won't you be busy though?
Oh. Oh no.
You can't watch it.
Be on an airplane. Dang it.
Sorry. So sorry.
It's all right.
It'll be worth it.
Please
I swear we're gonna have to remind both of you all like what's going on here.
Amanda, you need to leave.
Your flight is leaving in an hour, Amanda. I hope you're at the airport.
Oh, great. This is gonna be fun.
We're turning you two loose together in Chicago.
Oh no.
That sounds really dangerous. I'm really feeling for Chicago right now.
It will. It'll be fun.
It'll be fun for Maureen and Amanda, I'm sure. But
all right, guys. Well, I think that is it. If there's anything we missed that we should have talked about, make sure to let us know. Make sure that you are subscribing and looking out for future episodes. We've got some fun interviews coming up. And then next week we'll be back again to recap The Resident. And then again on the following Wednesday, we'll be back for Station 19 and Grey's Anatomy again. If you want to email us or get in contact with us for anything, our email is familyfanclub2021@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook. It's Grey's Anatomy, Grey Family Fan Club. We're on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, under FB Family Fan Clubs or Family Fan Clubs, one of those two. So reach out to us, find us, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.